On the 10th day of career tissue gave to me, I went to mommy.
Can you guys hear me now? Yay or nay? Let me know. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Can you guys hear me? I think I could, let's see. The children came out. Can you hear me now? Yes? Patricia? Okay. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. Thanks, Q, for tuning in on this impromptu live. I am going to be talking about, if you've been following me, I have been sharing 12 tips over the course of 12 days on how to get ready for the new year and hopefully get ready for a new career. So tip number, thanks Nadal, yay, you hear me. Tip number 10 is all about how to level up your resume, how to optimize your resume to really attract those recruiters to give you a call and give you that initial phone screen to learn a little bit more about your experience and see if you are a fit for the potential roles the potential roles that they are working on. And Kiana could speak to this too, because I worked with Kiana both at Google and at Aerotech. But it takes an average of 6 to 7 seconds for recruiters to scan your resume to find what they're looking for. So what I want to talk about is how to grab their attention in that short amount of time. And it's all about really using your resume as a way to showcase your accomplishments, showcase your achievements. I often tell this to my clients, to job seekers, what you want to do is you don't want to copy and paste the job responsibilities from your job description onto your resume. Some people tend to do this where they end up just copy and pasting their job description on their resume, and then before you know it, their resume is about between 2 to 3 pages. You really want to put yourselves in the idea of a marketer. Think of yourself as a marketer. What are you gonna basically use in your resume to really market your skills and experiences to attract those dream employers, right? And the best way to do this is to show quantifiable metrics, data that really showcases your impact of your work. Kiana says, I normally look at the first couple of bullet points in each role. Kiana, do you want to join me? Let me know. But yeah, Kiana says, I normally look at the first couple of bullet points in each role. So normally, and I agree too, normally what I like to do is when I'm scanning the resume from top to bottom, what really grabs my attention are those skills on the top of the resume, and then the summary of achievements, right? And what I'm really looking for are those keywords, buzzwords. And I don't know if there's any other recruiters here on the live, but I'm going to give you a little bit of like a secret of as far as like what's going on behind the scenes from a recruiter perspective. So once I actually get the news that I'm working on a new position, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be setting up an intake meeting with the hiring manager that I'm going to be supporting. During that intake meeting, what I'm doing is I'm trying to gather as much information as I can that's going to make my job easier to find those ideal candidates. Okay, there's a about the Amazon package guy, but so what I'm going to try to do is gather as much information as I can as possible. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, my husband's right there. As much information as I can to get an idea of what I'm trying to look for from a candidate's perspective on the resume, on the LinkedIn profile, right? So what I'm asking that hiring manager is, what are the typical buzzwords and keywords that I am looking for in a resume? So what you want to do is you want to optimize your resume as you would on your LinkedIn profile with as many keywords as possible, so you could. Laura says, I looked up people who applied on Facebook. That's another thing too. I'm glad you point that out, Laura. According to a Career Builder survey, 70% of employers, companies, hey Nathan, you're not late, you're just on time. 70% of companies actually use social media platforms to screen their candidates. So you want to make sure that whatever is out there in the interwebs is going to highlight you in the best light as possible, right? Especially on your LinkedIn profile. So again, you want to optimize your resume, include as many keywords as possible that's tied into the specific industry, tied into the specific position that you are targeting, as well as your LinkedIn profile too. And another thing too, I'm going to try to see if I can share the screen with you guys here. Let's see. I want to talk about the importance of using action verbs, power words, to highlight, let's see if I could do this real quick. Let me see. Okay, can you guys see this? This is a slide that I've made in one of my first workshops. But you want to, let me see if I could zoom in here. Can you guys see that? Okay, show your impact of the work that you are doing by the use of power words. So I've actually shared this graphic on my LinkedIn feed probably a couple of months ago. So these are actually different examples of power words that you can use. I use different examples here of the before and afters for some of the resumes that I've worked on in the past with my clients. So power words are words like if you want to basically showcase how you manage, or say you've improved a process or you've streamlined a new process, you can use power words that's focused on process improvement, such as streamlined, restructured, strengthened, established, initiated, piloted. Here's a great example of how this would look like before and after. For example, this was a resume. This is kind of showing a snippet from a resume that I've done in the past for a client of mine that was trying to interview for an account manager role. So we really wanted to showcase his leadership skills, as well as his ability to manage different stakeholders and clients. So the before statement here says, managed accounts and generate business using relationships to find leads. Well, that's great, but that's just really giving me a general idea of his experience and not really showing me what he or she did to really cultivate that, right? So what we did as far as the after, I used cultivated. Cultivated relationships with key corporate partners to increase sales and generate referrals. So what's great about this, it's showing me the action that this candidate did to generate new sales, to generate new leads and referrals. So if you look at the bottom here, a great way to incorporate this when you are crafting your resume, instead of basically copying and pasting all of your responsibilities, you want to showcase the actual actions and the daily tasks that you're doing that is making you an outstanding candidate, right? So a great exercise or formula that you can use is saying action. What is the action that you took to increase new sales for the company, or what is the action that you did to save the company money? So action, and what was the end result? And then another great way to showcase the impact of your work is quantification, showing your results first, and then leading it up after by the action. Does that make sense, you guys? Or am I going too fast for you? I'm trying to do this as best I can before the kids come home. What do you guys think about that? Is this helpful? Comment here. I'm trying to catch up with the comments here. I see, let's see. Laura says, I always wanted to see if the character would match my current team. Exactly. Lee says, what percentage of people lie on resumes? Oh, as far as the qualifications, is that what you're asking, Lee? That's a good question. I don't know. Let me actually Google that right now. I'm pretty sure a lot of people lie on their resume. Is that what you're asking, Lee? How many people lie as far as their experience on their resume? Let's see. Or are you saying how many people rely on resumes? I know it says 36% of Americans admitted to lying on their resume. So is that what you're asking me, Lee? Okay, so I'm going to wrap up here. So tip number 10 is all about how to do your resume, what to include in your resume to make you an outstanding candidate, to stand out compared to the hundreds, maybe thousands of people that are applying for the same job. What you want to do is, instead of copying and pasting your responsibilities and tasks, include your achievements and milestones, and always quantify, include metrics that showcase that data that support all of your hard work. So if you're in sales, talk about what actions or strategies you've done to increase revenue for the company. Or say if you are in accounting or project management, talk about the different process improvements that save time and efficiency for the company. So always quantify by including numbers, and then use action words that can really showcase the impact of your work as well. So I always say too, a good rule of thumb is, as far as like, if you don't know how many bullet points to put on each position and company that you've worked in for, I would probably kind of narrow it down between 3 to 5 different bullet points. And then another great way to also talk about the different accomplishments that you've done in each company is maybe also starting, and I wish I had the copy of my resume, but starting each company with a brief introduction about the position that you've were employed in that role, and then sharing some accomplishments, and then listing maybe 2 to 3 different bullet points. So there's different ways and different unique ways to really make your resume stand out. I hope that helps. Nathan says, I would say a lot. I think he's referring to how many people have lied on their resumes. Sana says, quantifiable results are always helpful to attract recruiters' attention. Yes, always. And also, yeah, and hiring managers love looking at the data too and metrics. So please quantify your results by including those numbers. Nathan says, let me just have some water here. Do people do video resumes anymore? Or is just something, You know what, Nathan? You're not the first person that has mentioned about doing like a video resume or a video introduction. I think that's still a thing. Hey, you have to be creative, especially in this situation that we're in with COVID and how everyone is doing everything remote. I always say go for it. If you want to do a video resume, maybe talk about some of the different projects that you're proud of. Or I think a video resume or a video introduction is also a great way to practice your elevator pitch. So I don't think you're the only person, Nathan, that does that. So I highly encourage everyone out there to do what you can to stand out from the pool of candidates. That's going to really make you unique. It's going to make you more memorable too. That's a great question. But that's it, you guys. I just wanted to do a quick pop-up here. I definitely want to let you know that I'm taking a break of doing lives this week. I was on a live tour last week, and I was probably on live every day last week, including other people's live shows, but I'm glad that I was able to pop in here really quickly. As you know, I have launched open enrollment for my group coaching program that starts the week of January 11th. I have been taking a few calls last week and this week, and I'm really looking for those motivated job seekers that are really looking to level up their careers in the new year. My program focuses on 3 different stages, from clarity and alignment as the first stage, really trying to narrow down your focus on specific roles and industries. And then we also work on overcoming those limiting beliefs as far as imposter syndrome. And then the second stage, I am talking a lot, you guys. My kids are getting home at 3:30, so I'm trying to cram as much information before I crash my live, but okay, second stage is all about activation and magnetize. So really working on your personal branding, your LinkedIn resume, your LinkedIn profile, your resume, how to network effectively. And last stage is all about setting you up for success. Setting you up with some mock interviews, as well as teaching you different strategies on how to negotiate for more salary. So if you are interested, let me know. Let me see who is commenting here. Hi, Claire. I was actually going to ping you. She says, hi, June. When I was in sales, I had my resume on custom website. You could put a brag book up on a site too. Yes, a website or even portfolio. That's a great tip. Thank you so much. Kiana says, I would love that. Just not sure how you would Boolean search a video. You know what's a great way to include a video resume on your resume? Or I would probably add it as a feature on your LinkedIn profile. That could be a unique way. Claire says, you are the live queen this month, June. Love to see you on here. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. Please go over to my website too. I'm going to show you, I have a ton of free resources on my website, and I'm working on some fun, informative digital products in the new year, just because I get so many messages asking help on like LinkedIn optimization, how to network. I'm also working on templates. But if you go, I'm going to put this in the comments here. If you go onto my website, buildwithjune.com/resources, there are a ton of free downloadable checklists for you that you can use that to optimize your LinkedIn profile. So please head over there. I'm going to show my website right here. Go to buildwithjune.com/resources. And that's it, you guys. I am going to be heading out. I will deliver you. I know I'm talking so much, right? It's different when I'm like on a live by myself, but tomorrow I'm delivering you tip number 11, and Thursday on Christmas Eve, I will be delivering you the last tip of this series. And next week on Tuesday, December 29th, I am hosting a LinkedIn Live New Year's special, and we are going to have actually a few guests join me with 2 different co-hosts, Broadus Palmer, founder of Level Up in Tech, and Harlini Vasquez, who is one of my favorite career coaches. She's going to be joining me, and we have something special that we have lined up, and we are focusing that whole hour on success stories of 2020. And we also have a special guest that's joining us who is a job seeker, and we're providing him some advice on how to on how to stand out as a candidate. I think he's actually interested in pivoting into a career in tech. So, and we have a few people performing, either singing or dancing. So I am trying to deliver you a unique experience by not only educating you and giving you valuable information that's going to help you in your job search, but also entertaining you at the same time, because that's just my style. But I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for all of your support. I appreciate it. This year has definitely been one rocky year, but I'm so excited to finish this year strong, and I'm really excited to see what 2021 has in store for all of us. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Goodbye, Lee. Thanks so much for tuning in. And if you are interested in applying to my group coaching program, I'm still taking applicants. Go head over to my website at buildwithjune.com, and I will see you soon, guys. See you next week. Have a happy holidays, and I am going to show my little intro video as we exit out. So thank you, guys. See you next week.
Now this for everybody fighting through the pain and the pressure. You know life will try to test you, but you promise not to give up for your mama and your sister, and your brother and your cousin, everybody else that's with you. You the one that's gonna deliver like Amazon Prime. Always on time, yeah. Even when it's looking bad, I never stop trying, cause I've been stressing, I've been crying. My depression had me blind. Sometimes I can't see the signs, but I keep going, I ain't lying. It's for everyone that's grinding for their kids, you're not alone. It's for every child that promised they gon' buy their mama home. For all my 9-to-5ers going hard to make that green clock out, then you just go harder, cause you still got chase that dream. For all my starving, evolving artists, just keep going hard.